Great, and now Teresa Armstrong, MPP for London Fanshawe.
Thank you. Thank you, Vicki. Sitting out in the audience today and listening to each speaker just makes me think of what a wonderful city we have. All the passion and work that's been done to welcome refugees to London, to the province, and to Canada really is breathtaking in the amount of time and effort that's been put in. And today, I'm here, it's really my honor to be here and celebrate with you and do a lot of work today as well, because I looked at the program and looking forward to listening and being part of the culture competency support and integration refugee in our community, and also in the afternoon, the promising practices piece. Those are really important topics we're going to be discussing today at the World Refugee Day. And we're actually, this year, we're marking the 8th annual World Refugee Day. This important event speaks to what refugees bring to our community. We're talking about the wonderful positive influences that we have here because we are different. We are here to celebrate those differences. Those differences make us stronger as a people. Canada and our city of London has a long history of being a refuge, a home for newcomers, a place for hope for people seeking new life, a life full of peace, democracy, and multiculturalism. We have much to be proud of for our efforts in our resettling services for Syrian Canadians. But we always know that we can do more, give more, and try harder. And that's what today is about. I think it's a learning experience that we take from this today. How do we do things better? How do we learn from our experiences so that we can welcome people in a much more improvement way? I mean, Noor talked about the small things that can happen when you do something out of kindness. You know, an iPad, a teacher speaking to someone. Those acts, those small acts go so far in someone, how they react to a situation. We will never know the struggle and the extent of the true challenges that refugees have overcome along the way, but I can promise you that we are ready, willing, and eager to do our part to ensure that you will find your new home as welcoming as possible. Personally, I have been very moved by the way our city has opened our doors to refugees. Together, we've helped refugees come and settle here in London. And just a little bit of what transpired when those announcements were made. The first thing City of London did was open our door to accepting refugees coming into our city. Information sessions were held throughout the city, and I attended several of those. And all your organizations and community partners and agencies all came together to provide information. And also private sponsorships. Those are probably the first time I had been involved with the private sponsorships. They were there to learn. Everyone really wanted to be a part of it. It was an enthusiastic movement or enthusiastic events that took place, and everybody wanted to know what was going on. The Salim Center opened up its doors, and donations just poured in. Schools set up programs so that children who were coming from refugee countries, Syrian countries, could get some introduction and preparation ahead of time before going to school. And then there were the ongoing community dinners throughout the city, open to the public, so we could get to know each other and make people feel welcome. My community office personally was flooded with calls and walk-ins from people who were asking, how can I help? People offered their homes, not realizing, that there's rules to go through for private memberships. People wanted to prepare meals, made clothing donations. all to aid people who had never been here before, but were compelled to help. I want to also take a moment to say a sincere thank you to our settlement workers and every Londoner who diligently tried to support our newcomers and make their transition as comfortable as possible. And I don't think we can thank you enough. Thank you to everyone who does this extremely important work. Your kindness won't be forgotten, not by the people that you're serving and not by the London community. It has been touching to see the way our city has come together to support newcomers. And even today, having Peggy here and Paul and representatives from Irene Matheson's office just shows how much we need to continue this work and how important it is that we have support on all levels of government, federal, provincial, and municipal, and then the government that isn't officially elected, but the people of our community, because that's who we're responsible to. And it had mentioned that, that prior to this resettlement initiative, London has had the 4th highest population in Canada for residents with Syrian refugees. That's extremely something to be proud of. Finding a new community is a difficult task, but Londoners of all backgrounds have come together, making this process truly amazing. The kindness and compassion that drives us to help each other under the most dire of circumstances is what makes us human. Being good at it makes us Londoners. The volunteers' caring spirit, the willingness to help one another, it's truly representative of Canadian values in our country. The last thing I'd like to say is, and I wrote some notes as people were talking. Of course, I can't find that note. But the note that I had written down is, we all know that it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to raise a society. And that's what we're doing. As a village, we're raising a society, an inclusive society, a society that is not fearful of differences, but accepts those differences and knows that acceptance and love is how we're going to have peace and democracy in our world, in our society. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the work that you've done, and Noor described it extensively. All the work and the heart that you put into the work that you do, it shows that it isn't just work. You really enjoy what you're doing. And reaping those benefits is just seeing a smile on someone's face that you've helped. And that's all it takes. So thank you very much, and I look forward to spending the rest of the day with everyone. Thank you.